All right, everyone, we are live. There's a lot to talk about this morning. I want to make sure we don't miss any trades today. So I'm going to have the low time frame chart pulled up right now on the NASDAQ. But things are getting interesting. Like, very, very interesting. I talked about in my weekly recap how we are holding this daily BPR perfectly. Is that random? I don't think so. I talked about in my weekly recap, we're holding this mean threshold perfectly. Is that random? No. Right? So what does that tell me? Good morning. What does that tell me? I personally think, I could be wrong, but my guess is that this could be a buy model. And I'll show you what I mean. And every morning when I make these videos, it helps me get so much better at trading, because now I made that video about market maker buy models this morning, and now all I'm thinking about is market maker buy models. I'm like, everything's just a buy model or a sell model. I'm like, wow, my mind is just expanded since I made that video. So anyway, mean threshold, and like you can see how these levels are it's like perfectly respected. It's not like, okay, it's kind of close. No, this is like that accuracy is insane, right? That's just ridiculous. And then as well, I'm gonna make sure I get the time frames right, but as well, there was a let's see if we can find it. There was a bullish SMT here with this 4-hour low and this 4-hour low. And so we got a tiny pump, but my theory is I feel like it might have a little bit more to go. If I measure out standard deviations, we could even go up all the way up to here. That's my theory. And yes, I know we have low resistance liquidity, but we have to violate this fair value gap. We have to close below. Right now, to me, so far looks like we're going to respect this. So then going into the lower time frame, I'm like, okay. As well, I will say that this is also a new week opening gap, and you can see that we have been respecting it so far. And now we are respecting this week's new week opening gap as well. So anyway, I marked out how this is a daily order block. See this? So this is a daily order block. Push into that. What do you get? Another buy model, right? So ARK. Now, all of this could be wrong, but I'm just trying to get better, guys. That's what matters to me. And so anyway, and then look at this. We have a BPR here. The area where the bullish and bearish for value gaps, like the true imbalance, right? This area with the bearish and bullish for value gaps overlapping, right? So this is our BPR here. So maybe what we could expect is, what would this be, an hourly BPR? Maybe what we could expect is return maybe back to this order block and fair value gap here. You know what I mean? This is a fair value gap. Yeah, I just want us to get better, bro. It's about time that we all turn profitable. It's like, and especially because I've looked at the charts enough to know that this stuff is real. I know this stuff is real. And I won't stop fighting until every single one of us is profitable. Every single one of us. We're all going to turn profitable, bro. It means a lot to me. So anyway, this is my thoughts so far on the market today. So I want to get some trades going. I'm going to get the lower time frame pulled up. I really don't want to miss any trades here. It'd be really annoying if I missed any trades. So let's get MNQ pulled up. Sounds good though, bro. Enjoy your breakfast. So yeah, MNQ. We got MNQ pulled up here. Let's check out our sessions. Asia was a giant move. We had a giant move during Asia. Let's check out where midnight is. So it's kind of interesting because midnight is near that hourly fair value gap and hourly order block. But this is just a weird situation, honestly, because on the one hand, yes, we are moving higher. But I don't want to force it, you know. I want to make sure I get everything looked at here. But I do think we are drawing towards this opening gap here. At the very least. In the -2 to 2.5 is above this high here. So, but the main thing is we're going to get analysis paralysis if we look at everything too much. I think the main thing is, let's go into the morning and find the best inverse fair value gap setup we can find. That's the main thing. And like, sure, it might be nice to understand all this stuff, but at the end of the day, we got to take a good trade, and the trade's going to come from an inverse fair value gap. So, anyway. We know what, we might be getting a inverse fair value gap, the downside. I think, in all honesty though, like, the high time frame analysis is nice, but not until I can really get inverse fair value gaps down to a T, you know? We need to make sure we have the model down, and then everything else, like, will just make us better in the long run. But the most important thing in the short term is, like, can we understand inverse fair value gaps? Can we understand the model that we trade, you know? Or breakers, whatever you're trading. So, anyway. You can see how this new day opening gap was respected. Let's turn down the amount here. Maybe most recent 5. Maybe recent 10. That's so crazy. It's not even in the most recent 10. But it was still used. What about 15? Wow, it's over 10 end dogs ago this was respected. Wait. Can we get this? I kind of like this. Wait. 25 seconds. Is this a data high? Shoot. I gotta get ready. Would this be good? What news do we... I'm not gonna take it if I'm not ready. What news do we have? What was this, a Newsweek? I'm gonna be a little bit more patient. I'm not convinced. I guess I'll keep that up because I want to have the. Ten contracts. Yo, that's a lot. That's ridiculous. Oh yeah. Let's just be a little bit more patient here. But we pushed into that BPR. So I'm expecting higher prices at this point. Did we get SMT at the lows maybe? Oh, we have equal lows on the S&P. That's kind of concerning. I don't know. Do I want to take this? It'd be better if we were delivering from this fair value gap, honestly. I don't know if I'll take it. I wanna take this. I'm not having this be this. I'll take this on demo. I'll take this on demo. I'm not taking this on my live account. No way. I mean on my eval. I'll take this on demo. It's just this is not good enough for an eval trade. I'm not taking this on eval. I don't. Oh, we have bearish SMT. Never mind. I don't even want to even mess with it. We have bearish SMT. And we have equal lows on the S&P. I'm gonna try and be a little bit smarter. And this isn't even a data high. I thought this was, but yeah, there was no news that came out at 8. So I'm just gonna be a little bit smarter about this because I think that rushing into things is not the right idea. I get really nervous because I want to take the perfect trade, and then I'm like, wait, I'm rushing stuff. I'm rushing. This isn't even that great of a trade. Like, we're not delivering from a fair value gap. We're delivering from we're delivering from this, I guess, this fair value gap, but we came all the way down here. Oh yeah, I don't like this at all anymore. If it's taken 6 candles to inverse this, I'm not interested. That's ridiculous. So yeah, we're gonna wait for some more information, but it's important to be able. I'm gonna have my Tradevate account open because I want to be able to take. I don't want to miss anything. I need to be able to operate on a moment's notice and take a good trade. That's one of my biggest issues. And I'm gonna be doing some medium time frame analysis on the chart over here. Just because I'm trying to keep this on the 1 minute time frame, but I'm gonna be doing some analysis over here. So we did hold that 1 hour BPR. That 1 hour BPR. And okay, we got if anyone knows what daily profile today could be, definitely let me know. We have a new day opening gap right here, which overlaps with midnight. So check this out. There's a new day opening gap right here. that overlaps with midnight. And then also yeah, like this is also an order block here. It would make a lot of sense if we push down into this. End dog and midnight. Because we also have that higher time frame order block. I'm going to mark this 1 hour BPR out so we understand the higher time frame context. Right, so 1 hour BPR here. Holding. We have a visible barrier here, this end dog. We got bearish SMT. I think we will probably come down lower and then go higher. So like A, M, D maybe. Just to get some more analysis in here. Just try not to make sure we also don't get analysis paralysis. We want to make sure we're taking good trades. Oh, let's look at our stat map. That's something else that we should look at. Stat map. I want to do I'm just constantly gonna have the 1 minute chart open, and then I'm also, you know what, just to make sure I don't have to even like mess with it, I will have long and short just available at my disposal, so I don't have to even find the tool, because I swear finding the tool takes 10 seconds. I need to be able to just plop it in so I know how much I'm risking. That's honestly, it takes me so long. Alright. So, we did close above that fair value gap. I don't know what this is going to mean for this, if this will work. But I kind of am not going to rush into it. I think this could work, but we got bearish SMT. I believe we have equal lows in the S&P. Yeah, we have equal lows in the S&P. I'm not going to rush into it. This could work, though. But it might not. I want to see something a little bit more obvious. We're delivering from this, but it's not like the best delivery in the world. Like, it's just not something I'm willing to bet money on, if that makes sense. You know, in the future, well, yeah, I'm just not willing to put money on that. Look about gold, bro. Okay, let's look at gold real quick. I will need to pull it up on my other chart because I don't want to have to leave this in case there is any trades. But I'll pull it up and then I'll drag it over. Let's look at gold. Gold. Where's gold? here somewhere. Alright. What do you want me to look at with gold? You want me to analyze it? I'd have to really go into detail and analyze it. Is there something in specific you want me to look at? I think I gotta focus on my trading today. I want to really get a good trade in today. I don't really want to miss anything, but if there's something in specific you want to ask me about with gold, then I'll look at it. You can see this inverse is working out so far. So like I said, this could have worked. I wasn't really wanting to take it because it was just like, you know, like, okay, if it's a 70-80% chance, that's nice, but I want to take the best possible chances. But this, you can see this already would have hit break even. So your break even would be right here. So now if I drag this over, whoops, we're on the wrong chart. You can see this already would have hit break even. So far, this would have closed above here. This would be, I should have just taken it on demo. I probably should have just taken it on demo. But you can see your break even would get hit here. And boom, just like that. That's a 1.5 to 1 risk to reward. And that was in line with bias. That was good. The only reason I didn't take that, oh, there's a couple reasons. One, bearish SMT, equal lows on the S&P, and I'm just being patient. I want to take something that's really high probability. This was a good setup, but it wasn't a amazing setup. Just that simple. I want to see something really, really good. I could have taken this on demo. Probably should have. I'm gonna snip this and just say good demo trade. Eight-hour CRT formation there in gold. I don't really totally understand how to trade CRT. So, like, I could take a look at it, but I'm not going to be able to tell you what the CRT trade was, unfortunately. That's something I need to gain experience with, is CRT. I'm still working on that. But I think CRT really is fascinating, though. Okay. Okay. Let's lock back in. Let's get possibly a good trade. I'm thinking honestly, I'm thinking like we could get an inversion back to the downside here, and this would be really nice. Because then we could target these equal lows. And then this fair value gap. Now, unfortunately, there's not really an SMT, which is kind of annoying, but it's whatever. But yeah, these are nice equal lows, honestly. And this is a giant accumulation range. So, like, you know there's going to be sell-side liquidity here. You know there's going to be people panic selling for a loss here. So this is where you're going to be able to take profit. I personally think if we could get a trade to an inverse to the downside here, it would just dump. Now, I will say, I need to be smart about this because the bias is bullish, right? And I know the bias is bullish, so we might not go down right away. Just hang on a second. I'm gonna look for other key levels. We have a new day opening gap up here. Here's a new day opening gap. I just want to get some more context here. The 8-hour CRT formation, like, that's not even something that I'm able to confirm because I don't even trade CRT. But if you like it, if you see a CRT there, test it out on demo. Try it out. You don't even need to take it if you don't know for sure. Don't take it on a live or an eval. Just take it on a demo and just practice until you get really good at CRT, and then you can take it as much as you want. That's what I would say. So I'm going to try and just do some more analysis here, figure out what could be going on. We have the 2 to 2.5 of this of this move down, or no, sorry. The 2 to 2.5 of this move down lines up here. Here's that 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. And then 2 to 2.5 of this move. You can see here's that new day opening gap. So we might get rejected there because that is that overlapping area with that 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. I am curious man. I just... It's unfortunate because we are bullish right now, right? Okay, I gotta keep this on the 1 minute chart here. I gotta keep this on the 1 minute chart. Oh, we're hitting that mean threshold. Here's the mean threshold. Mean threshold's right here. We're gonna dump. This is the high. This is the high right here. Mean threshold overlapping with NDOG, overlapping with that 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. This would be a good turtle soup. We're gonna dump here. My theory. It's a total theory. But mean threshold, NDOG, and 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. And then we have obviously these equal lows. And we have a 30-minute BPR too. 30-minute BPR. It's a stupidly obvious BPR. 30-minute BPR. There's no way we don't get rejected here. There's no way. This is a just... Yeah, we're gonna get rejected here. Here's that BPR. I'm looking at it on my other chart. CE of that BPR is right here. Okay, I'll show you guys all this stuff so you don't think I'm crazy. Here, I'll show you real quick. I'm not really gonna miss a trade. So, first you have this hourly order block mean threshold. So we're gonna measure out the midpoint. You can see that mean threshold's right here. So we're hitting that mean threshold. You also have the new day opening gap, which is right here. We actually have not hit that yet, but you can see that new day opening gap's right there. Then we also have a 30-minute BPR here. Look at that. 30-minute BPR. And then we had that 2 to 2.5 standard deviation of that move. Low key, if we inverse this, maybe I'll take something off of this. This is a high confluence area, and then I can move stop loss to break even right away. We're just delivering from so much. I know like this is just like a quick up down, but in general we're delivering from so much. I think that this would be a place to get rejected. What would this be? A 3.5 to 1. I'm considering it. It's just not. There's an external gap here, and there's. It's just. Typically, you would want to wait and see. You'd want to wait and see something else inverse. Like, typically, you'd want to wait and see. I don't know. If this 3-minute could inverse, then off of all this stuff, then that would give me a lot of conviction. But the problem is you have an external gap here. You have this. You have to get through this. Let's just gather some more information here. But I think this is a very high conviction area to get rejected. Personally, I would say. If the 3 minute and the 1 minute both inverse, I would really like this. And then basically my stop loss would be if we close back above this old 3 minute for VIGA. I think this would be high conviction. I know there's an external gap here, but this is delivering from like 4 confluences: the new day opening gap, that mean threshold, that BPR, and the 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. Like, I'm taking that. I'm gonna try it. Down to these equal lows if we get it. And what news do we have going into today? It's just the news at 10 a.m. So there's news in 40 minutes. So this will be 7 contracts. I'll still take this. It's a good momentum candle. I'll still take this. Alright, my stop loss is if we close back above this. And I do have a stop loss. It's if we close back above this 3 minute for value gap. But I'm just going to take profit at these equal lows. So we'll see. I like this trade. I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't work. I like it. Personally, I'll take this every time. I know we have the external gap, but I think delivering from 4 confluences and a 4 candle 3 minute inversion kind of takes precedent, personally. Like, that's good. And so if this can close below, then this would be really, really nice. If we can close below here, that'd be really, really nice, honestly. We'll see. But you can see how we're delivering from 4 confluences. The BPR, the mean threshold, the NDOG, and then 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. So if we can close below this, we have 1 minute. We'll see. Oh, by the way, stop loss to break even now. I don't think we should come back. I mean, yeah. Now that we took this low, for sure, stop loss to break even. So if we can close below this, I think we should start moving. All right, we closed below. I think we should start moving here, because now all we have is low resistance liquidity. So now my stop loss would be if we close back above this BPR, because there's no reason we should do that. And then also hard stop loss at break even. Like if we close back above this BPR, that would be very, very bad. So I'm just keeping my tabs on that. If we can start to close below here, I think we should accelerate. Because you have to realize all the people that bought in here are getting stopped out. All right, let's see. $450. Let's see if we'll hit this. Hit the equal lows. And these are equal lows. Equal lows here. So you have to imagine if you're in here, this gets more and more aggressive because everyone in here that bought in this range is panic selling for a loss, and the further it goes down, the stop run gets more aggressive. So I have to imagine that we're actually probably going to go much further. I would say probably to midnight. At least. But I will take I'll take all off at the equal lows because I just want my money. I just want to get out and take the win. You can see that there's a fair value gap here. There's a tiny fair value gap. So price kind of stopped a little bit at this fair value gap. It was a little checkpoint. A little tiny checkpoint. It's a little bit of hesitation. So we need to close below this fair value gap for us to finish the job here. But you can see how when you have 4 confluences, I'm willing to take a 3-minute inverse if there's an external, because this is 4 confluences. Like we're delivering from 4 different things that are all really kind of OP. Like the mean threshold is on its own already so OP, and then the end dog on its own is so OP, and then being on the same exact level is just ridiculous, and then also having it overlapping with that BPR. Like, you have to understand that that's so many confluences all in one spot. So you can see how this fair value gap is holding price down. So I would probably at this point say we should not close above this 2-minute fair value gap. If we inverse this back to the upside, I would get out. That would just be ridiculous, especially if we had SMT. And it looks like there could be, but we just left more equal lows. So I don't know. It's not SMT yet. It's just equal lows on S&P and higher low on NASDAQ. But yeah, there's no reason for this 2-minute to close back above. If that were to happen, I would get out. That would be ridiculous. So I'm watching this 2-minute here, and I'm seeing what kind of how it respects it. What even happens? How did it log me out of Tradeovate? What? Okay, what? Break even. What on earth, dude? What on earth? What happened? my gosh, dude. How does that even happen? I don't even know what to do in the future. Like, I could have multiple sell orders. Like, I wanted to take partials. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to take partials, but it's like, how do I even do that? And also, it freaked me out when it logged me out of Tradeovate and I didn't have my stop loss set. That freaked me out. Like, I don't even know how to adjust. So, two things I need to figure out, okay? There's two things I need to figure out. So, this is my short-term to-do list here. One, how to set stop loss and take profit on the Tradeovate, so that way, worst case scenario, what if I lose power? Like, what if I lose internet? I don't want the trade to just go and blow my entire account, right? So I have to be smart about this. So two things I need to figure out on my short-term game plan. Short-term game plan. Two things I need to figure out. How to set stop loss and take profit on Tradeovate account after I enter the position. And then the other thing I need to figure out is how I can take partials. I 100% agree, but I legitimately couldn't because the Tradeovate account wouldn't let me. I can't. It's not like I didn't want to. I would have taken partials. I just literally I don't know how to do partials on the account because it's only letting me do one entry. That's why you always take partials. Oh yeah. Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate all the love. I'm not trying to. I'm just still learning myself. It's not like I'm still learning myself, so I'm gonna mess stuff up sometimes, and I'm just trying to figure out what's best for me. Cause I could do multiple sell orders, but then I have to calculate the risk on each of those sell orders. I guess I could just do two. I could do two sell orders, 100 each. That way I can have one partial and then one final take profit. I think that's reasonable, right? Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. I appreciate all the love. Yeah, so like I guess what I'm saying is I could do two. I'm thinking two. So like let's say the like for this trade I had to buy 7 contracts. I could do I could either do 2 sell orders 3 each or 2 sell orders 4 each. That's probably what I'll do. It's just really confusing. Yeah, it's really, really confusing. Hey, I appreciate the sub, bro. It means a lot. Let's get rid of all this stuff on the chart. I'm not going to take any more trades on the Tradeovate account just because I'm sticking to one trade a day. I thought this was a good trade. We were delivering from the new day opening gap, delivering from the mean threshold of that order block, delivering from the BPR. So this was that 30-minute BPR. I thought this was a good trade. Easily could have worked out because we had these equal lows here. But maybe I need to take even better trades than that. But you can see the precision on this, right? Perfect reaction off of all these levels, and then we get that inversion, right? That 3-minute inverse, and it happens in 4 candles. And yeah, we had this external gap, But I figured this draw on liquidity would be so strong that the market would just dump right through. And then we didn't. So the lesson here is, honestly, the lesson here is I just gotta shoot for lower hanging fruit, because I think in my head I'm like, okay, I want to do this trade because I want high RR, but I don't need high RR to be profitable. I can do like high probability 1-to-1 setups, like this one that I talked about this morning would have worked great, where you had this fair value gap here, and once we close above this fair value gap, we go run this high. You see that? And this one would have been a 1-to-1, 1.5 to 1. And it's like such a tiny trade, but this would have worked out fine. Right? So you don't need high RR. I wanted to get this crazy trade, but I didn't need to. And so the lesson here is pick your battles. Don't have to fight the big battles. You can pick small winners and be profitable. And in general, I need to work on that a lot. That's one of my biggest issues as a trader. I try and take on the biggest battle I can get. Interestingly, we actually did still finish taking that, moving up to that 2 to 2.5 standard deviation. So I think that we will come back down now and finally take these equal lows, is my guess. Unfortunately, there's not really a good fair value gap to take for an inverse. So I could take it on demo. Let's get out my demo account. Let's make sure I'm not in any positions on Tradevate here. Yeah, I'm not. I'm up on the count though today. I'm up 50, so not totally a loss. Yeah, in the future I'm gonna take partials. I'll probably either do 2 separate ones for 100 each, or since I'm risking 200 per trade, right? I'll do 2 separate ones for 100 each, or I'll do 4 separate ones for 50 each. I just don't know how bad this the entry fees are. Like, is there an entry fee? Yeah, I think in the future I'm just gonna get my partials and get out. I liked that trade. In a different universe, that trade could have worked. You know what I mean? This was a good trade. I liked it because we were delivering from so much. Like, I don't know if you know what New Day opening gaps are, but they're like secret barriers in the market. So if I pull up this, it's gonna load in just a second. Actually, we didn't even hit it. Okay, that's because we're on the micros. If I go to the NQ1, see, we actually hit the CE of this New Day opening gap. See that? So check this out. Look at all of these confluences. Wait, let me make sure. Let me make sure that it's. Yeah. No open positions. Okay. So I'm going to switch this off of this now. Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree. Partials, partials, partials. I will take partials next time. The lesson here is I need to execute four different sell orders, all 1/4 of the risk I would normally risk. And then I just take partials on them. Or maybe just 2, but I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll show you this trade. So check this out. Delivering, so you can see this on NQ1. It's not going to show up on MNQ, but on NQ1, we're delivering from this New Day opening gap, right? That's Confluence 1. Confluence 2 was we were at the mean threshold of this order block. This is kind of crazy. Check this out. So this is a stupidly obvious order block. And when I see this, I just think, okay, we're probably going to react off of the mean threshold. And so you see the mean threshold here? See how that lines up perfectly with the New Day opening gap? right? So that's confluence 2. Confluence 2. Confluence 3. Final manipulation move down. Standard deviations of this. I believe it was... What final... Oh, it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. This was a really, really obvious manipulation move here. And so the 2 to 2.5 area was around here. So I could have easily seen this being a retracement area. This 2 to 2.5 was around this area. And then finally we had this BPR. So we had a 30-minute BPR here. So all of these combined kind of were like indicating that this was going to be a really, really good area to sell. So we got an inverse, 3-minute inverse off of this within 4 candles. And yes, there was an external gap, but I figured this draw on liquidity was going to be super, super strong. So you can see we actually go right through that, cut right through it. And then unbelievably, this 1 minute fair value gap pushes us all the way back up and stops me out of break even. Like, I don't even know how that's even possible, but you know what? I think in the lesson with this trade is, I think I'm just going to try in the future, I'm just going to try and do simpler trades. I think this external gap made this trade maybe not even an A. Maybe this was a B setup because of this external gap. Honestly, I think after I'm thinking about it, no, we had equal lows form on the S&P, but then a higher low on the Nasdaq. So it wasn't even an SMT. I guess if you consider equal lows with a higher low in SMT, but I don't really know if I consider that. But anyway, the lesson here is just I gotta stop with this mindset of I have to get these high RR plays. Like, I mean, I don't think it was a bad trade, but I don't think it probably wasn't an A++ because we had this external gap. And this is just like, it's hard to get through these sometimes. I was actually surprised we inversed this as fast as we did. But then we had this 1 minute. Nice. Yeah, so anyway, what would have been a better trade would have been earlier this morning at 6:30, delivering from this fair value gap here. So you can see that we'd be delivering from this 3-minute fair value gap. And then you can see how once we close above probably this 2-minute gap, that would be your entry. And you could target this high. See how this, you can just kind of see that signature in price, right? We deliver from a fair value gap, we close above a fair value gap, and I'd even put your stop loss, like once we close back below this old bearish fair value gap. So something like this, you get a good RR on this too. As well, delivering from 830. You can see how we pushed into 830. But the problem is we had equal lows. I will admit that's an issue of that trade. We had equal lows. So that's the one thing I wouldn't like about that. But that's a trade you could have taken. Alright, anyway, you gotta just move on, and in the future I'm going to take multiple sell orders. That's my lesson. Multiple sell orders. What was the other thing? 4 sell orders. So I'm gonna do 4 sell orders, 50 each. and then also learn how to set stop loss and take profit on TradeAway account after I enter the position. Maybe 4 might be too much, but either do 2 or 2 for 100 each. Do 4 sell orders for 50 each or 2 for 100 each. Yep, we learned from our mistakes. I think it was a good short. And guess what? Tomorrow, I'm going to be a better trader because I'm going to have multiple sell orders and I'm going to have my stop loss and take profit. I'm going to figure out how to actually put them on the chart. Because the problem is, the reason I didn't have them is because when you try and drag it on TradeAway, like unlike on TradingView, you can just drag it. On TradeAway, you can't just drag your stop loss. And so I didn't know how to set it. It was kind of sad, but I didn't know. So I've been just doing it manually. But the problem is, if my power goes out or something like that, and I like the trade just goes on its own, then I'm screwed. So yeah, I gotta be a little bit smarter than that. But also, my stop loss is always based off of a close back below the fair value gap. It's not. I typically don't have a hard stop loss. So, like for instance, this trade, my stop loss is based off of a close back below this old fair value gap. All right, yeah. Talk to you later. Come join anytime. Join my Discord, bro. We all hang out and just talk about stuff in the trading Discord. Just a whole bunch of friends. So, and can you hop on your home? Oh yeah, I'm sure you could hop on your phone to do that if your power goes out. I'm sure you could. I'm just talking. But yeah, join my Discord, bro. Link's in my YouTube bio. I'm just trying to get a ton of friends that like trading to help each other out. Sweet, dude. All right. Sick. Okay, well, I'll see you later. Good luck at your interview. And yeah, peace out, bro. I'm going to go use the bathroom now. Be right back. All right. I am back. All right, we will be demo trading. For this last hour, we will be trying to take some good demo trades. No more on my Tradevate since one trade a day on Tradevate, but we will be looking for some demo trades just to get some practice. So there's a lot going on in the chart. Let's get rid of everything. Let's clean up everything here. Let's pull up the stuff on the other charts, and that way we can clean up the other charts too. And then yeah, we can even get rid of this for now. So we might have actually got some kind of inverse for value gap. I guess we closed too low here, so it's not super good. This 1 minute closed way too low, and then this inverse didn't even get closed below. So like we didn't close below this, and this closed way too low. So neither of those were valid. On the 30-second, I guess you could have taken this on the 30-second. Actually, this would be kind of okay on the 30-second. And then just stop loss to break even here. Yeah, you could have taken this on the 30-second. Interestingly, that would have been not bad, actually. Kind of depends, though. Were we delivering from anything? I'd honestly want us to be delivering from something. And that would take all off here, because here's the end of that accumulation range. I guess if you wanted to leave runners, you could, but this would have been a nice trade. You would have even got good. You would have got good RR on this. Like, you have to realize, you can get good RR on a 30-second trade. That's 3.5 to 1. And your stop loss is just closing back above this. You get 3.7 to 1 RR on a 30-second trade. Like, that is awesome. You don't need huge trades to make a lot of money. This was a great trade. You had all of this trendline liquidity. Stop loss to break even here. And then final TP at this low. This is a 3.7 to 1, 3.5 to 1 risk reward trade, and you get it on a 30-second inversion. And you have to also realize, like, how many times have we swept buy side now? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th time. This is a good trade. We have all of these people in this range that are going to get stopped out at this low here. I actually think might be nice to make a new thing for equal lows, equal highs. Oh, I gotta move crypto. It shouldn't be at the bottom. Crypto should be right there. Trade callouts maybe above crypto. So we actually are getting we're getting a 3-minute breaker. 3-minute breaker. Only thing is we have a fair value gap here. I don't know if we're gonna get through it. But I think that there's a good chance we could go run all that now. Well, I guess I don't know if we're gonna get through this fair value gap, to be honest. It's a BPR too. See this? It's a BPR. I don't know if we'll get through. Kind of in between. Yeah, look at that. Boom. It's unclear. I will say that. And this breaker does hold here. That was crazy. But yeah, all these people in this range, they're gonna get stopped out at some point, and it's probably gonna happen soon. Previous day is low here. Previous day is high all the way up here. Does this indicator have previous days high and low? Because I would just personally like it to have it all on one indicator. It does. Why is it not showing up? Oh, nice. That's awesome. I have it on all on one indicator. Finally. Oh my gosh, that is convenient. But I don't want it to go all the way back that far. Can I change that? Not unlimited. I could have had previous days high and low with this indicator this whole time. Can I have it so it cuts off at I would like to have it so it cuts off alert high / slow break. Is there a way to have it cut off? I just want it to cut off. Like, I don't want it to go through it. It's kind of nice to have daily opens and stuff, though. Like, you can see, okay, we're in premium. We're in discount. So I'm wondering, maybe I'll just... I already have Asia dark blue, so maybe I'll do daily, like, light blue or something. Maybe, like, dotted. That looks a little better, honestly. Dotted. And I'll probably do orange and red. Orange. And then red. What's a separator? Oh, it just separates the days like that. I don't want that. No separator. I would like it to cut off though. It's so cool this is all in one indicator. This is like probably the best indicator there is. There is no better indicator. This is the best indicator there is. So I'm going to copy and paste this onto my other charts now. Update available. Update? I don't know. What if I update it and it messes it up? It's so good already. I don't want to mess with it. It's such a good indicator. What if it messes with it? But they probably didn't mess it up. But if they did, then I'll be pissed. I'll be upset. I don't know. Do I want to update the indicator? Yeah, because the issue is previous week's high is not even relevant anymore. And it's still showing up. I want it to cut off. If it's not irrelevant anymore, it should be not relevant anymore. I only want it if it's like a draw on liquidity. Well, maybe the previous month's high access, like maybe they act as support and resistance. Might actually not be the worst thing in the world to have on your chart. Should I update it? I'm going to update it. I'm going to take the risk. I hope it doesn't mess up the indicator. I'm scared. Didn't even do anything. It didn't even change anything. This is the best indicator there is, though. ICT, kill zones, and pivots. The best indicator. This is all you need. This is just the one indicator you need for life. ICT, kill zones, and pivots. Yo, we hit 930 from previous day. Not on this chart, on the S&P. I just want it to not be like messing my chart. Like it's making my chart so messy. I don't like that. Like, this is super cool, but I don't want them to go through my chart. Okay. Like, it's helpful, but I don't want it to cut through the entire chart. I'm wondering if there's a way to fix this. Honestly, I think I'll just turn them off and on as needed. Like, right now, I do not need daily open. I do not need or maybe I'll just use this one. Oh, or I could just have it on my other chart. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Yeah, I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. I'm trying to set stuff up. I'm not even really trading right now. I'm just trying to fix stuff. Right now, basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a good indicator for previous day's high and previous day's low. Sorry, it probably looked kind of stupid. Yeah, I do trade ICT. I trade ICT. But yeah, I've been trying to pull this up. So what I've been trying to do is I'm 22. Anyway. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm basically just trying to set this up because right now, here's the issue, right? Right now, I have this awesome indicator. It's like my favorite ever. It just basically shows highs and lows of the different sessions. You have London, Asia. You probably already have it. But you can turn on the previous day's high, previous week's high, previous month's high. But the problem is they won't cut off. Thanks, bro. Yeah, I guess I gotta enjoy it more. Right now, I just kind of I'm just working on myself. But yeah, 22, it is a good age. I will admit, it is a good age. But anyway, what I was saying is previous week's high, you can see how it's just cutting through everything. I want them to cut off once they get broken through. So for instance, right here, when we take previous days low, I want it to cut off. I don't want it to keep going through. Like, Asia cuts off once we cut through it. So I'm trying to figure out how to set it up. So when you came and you were watching me set this up, it looked kind of ridiculous, but I'm just trying to fix it. So anyway, I think my solution is I'm going to have a separate screen. On my separate screen, I will have these previous days high and stuff. But on the screen I'm trading, I'm going to try and keep it to not that much, honestly. But yeah, that's my plan. And then I'm going to turn this on. All right, sounds good, bro. Talk to you later. Thanks for joining the stream. Aw, thanks. It's good to hear from people. I love it. Thanks for coming to say hi. It means a lot. Yeah, I am gonna put on the highs and lows here on a different screen. That's pretty solid, honestly. And then, honestly, I really will even clean my chart up even more to... Actually, it's fine to have probably 8:30, 9:30, and midnight, and then session highs and lows. But that's all I'm going to have. And if I want, like, new day opening gaps and stuff, I'm going to pull it up on a different screen like this. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's a great idea. So I think I have everything set up now where it's previous day's high, previous week's high and low, previous month's high and low. I think I have everything set up. So that's kind of nice. Actually, I think I'll just have previous days high and low. Because, yeah. Because those are the most useful, honestly. Like, I'll be able to tell when previous week's high or low is coming up, you know? And then I'll just turn it on my chart. I'll be able to tell. It'll be obvious. But I will keep this running. So, like, for instance, these do show previous days high. This indicator shows previous days highs and lows, but it cuts off at the end of the day. And I think that's useful because then I can just, like, refer back to it. And if I really need to, I can drag it over like that. So I like having that set up. I think that's nice. I think 9:30, 8:30, and midnight are pretty solid, honestly. I think having them is okay. But yeah. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on. So, right now, we have to basically get through this 30-minute fair value gap if we were to continue lower. Honestly, I'm pretty sure if I remember right, there was a new day opening gap. There's a new day opening gap right at midnight here. It's right here. New day opening gap right at midnight. My guess is we're going to come to that new day opening gap, which is overlap with midnight. And then, as well, it's also a 4-hour order block here. So my guess is we're going to fill this 30-minute fair value gap, tap into that new day opening gap, and then push higher. what I'm gonna do is I'm going to have 4 different new day opening gap indicators. 2 of them will be for new week opening gaps, and 2 of them will be for new day opening gaps, and then one of each will be with event horizons and then without event horizons. So I don't have to keep turning it off and on. I like that. Sweet. It's awesome. Okay. That's good that I have that set up now. Did we take those equal lows? I'm going to save my chart layouts because I think they're pretty good right now. I like them how they are. Did we sweep that low? Wait, let's try this on demo. I think this is pretty good. Paper trade. I guess this isn't even an inverse. We need to close above this. How many contracts do I need to buy? 4? We swept out those equal lows just barely. So yeah, if we get this should be pretty good. This could be a thanks for the liquidity wick. That'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is nice. Okay. So 4 contracts. We're gonna practice our taking 2 different ones. We're gonna actually splitting it up into 4 here. Let's just split it up into 2. Just good practice. And as well, this 830 level is also a new day opening gap. This is a new day opening gap here. So maybe we'll get a reaction off of this again. We'll see. Let's get rid of this fair value gap. It's honestly a little bit much. Honestly, low key, I might even get rid of the key times because I don't really need key times. I have the key times on my other monitor, so I don't really need them. So I think it's just kind of overboard to have them. I like to keep my chart clean. If my chart's not clean, you get headaches. You really do. All I want are my draws on liquidity, which are session highs and lows, honestly. And equal highs and lows. But then I have everything else on a different chart. Yeah, this is nice. My setup keeps getting better every single day, which is really, really cool. As well, this is a new week opening gap here. So I see us finding support at this area. Okay, if we get this, we'll try this, but I'm going to split it up into two. All right, 11 seconds. Oh, did we close above? All right. 2 and 2. Stop loss is based off of a close back below this fair value gap. TP1. Where's the other contract? Oh, it's being stupid. It's not. Alright, whatever. 2 here. It put it into 1. It put it into 1. Why did it do that? Yeah. It's whatever. Why did it put it into 1 on my paper trading account? Alright, I think now you move stop loss to break. Probably not yet. Once we hit this high, stop loss to break even. This is a pretty high conviction play, I would say. Delivering from an end dog. I like this a lot. This would be, honestly, this would be good enough for eval. But I'm already done for eval today. Alright, stop loss to break even once we hit this internal high. And well, we haven't hit it yet. I'm gonna get a granola bar. We haven't hit stop loss to break even. Once again, if we close below this old 2-minute for value gap, then that would be, yeah, that would be, what's it called? My brain's not working. You know what I mean. Stop loss. Stop loss based off of if you close below that. I think this should work. 30 seconds. $20 seconds. 15. Can we get back above? 10 seconds. Maybe. Oh, well, we didn't close below. Notice how that saved, that means I've not stopped out. We didn't close below. Hard stop loss. What the heck? No, that's right. Hard stop loss at this low. See that? That's why it's a stop loss if it closes below. Thanks for the liquidity wick. I'll post it if we hit TP. Be kind of stupid to post it and then have it stop loss. Let's go. We'll see. It might not work. Like I feel like it should, but I don't know. Alright, we will move stop loss to break even at this high now. I'm texting Dodgy this. I'm just gonna say, if we hit TP, I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna say delivering from Ndog. Oh well, maybe I won't text him. Wow, market is moving slow right now. Okay, stop loss to break even. at this high. Okay, break even. If it hits CP, I'll send it. Let's go. What? 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 No way. No, what? What is this? What is this? That hit TP. Alright, that's stupid. That was stupid. That's epic. 10 minutes left. As well, that was a reaction off of 932. That, oh my gosh. That's crazy. And oh, okay. Anyway, let's see. So yeah, that was the main trade I saw right now. But right now we're just kind of chopping around, so I don't think there's really much else, to be honest. So what's nice is now I have all my other indicators on this screen, so this chart can stay completely clear of everything. I don't have to worry about like having too many indicators. All I have on this chart are whatever I draw. So if I want to draw one of these opening gaps or like a time level, I can do that. But I'm trying to keep my chart pretty clean, and all I have are Asia's lows, highs and lows, London's highs and lows, and then if I want previous days high or low, I just drag it over like this, and that's all I have. And then if I want any other confluences, I see them on my other screen. I can add them as needed, but I'm not going to overwhelm my chart. I have a split screen on this other screen. I have the S&P and the NASDAQ, and then so I can look for S&Ts, and then as well, I have a different tab where I have the 15-minute chart where I can pull up other confluences like my stat map and that kind of stuff. So like I have it all set up on this other screen, but for actual trading, all I want to see are the highs and lows and the inverse value gaps, and that is what's going to turn me profitable. Nothing else. You know what I mean? Having all the other indicators is going to be, it's going to mess with me. But yeah. Anyway, you get the point. 4 minutes left. Let's talk about let's just talk about I want to talk about this new week opening gap because I think it's kind of interesting. But hang on. So this is like the most obvious new week opening gap in the world, right? Everyone sees this, right? Let me show you. Like the entire world sees this. This is just huge. This opening gap, actually it goes all the way up to here, and you can see how we're pushing into it as support. I find that really interesting. But anyway. We just tapped into an hourly order block, so that's kind of interesting. If I go to the hourly chart, look at this. Or no, 15-minute order block. Look at how perfectly we respect this 15-minute order block. See that? Random? I don't know, man. So my guess is if we inverse this, we will go run this high. But I will call it for now because it is essentially 11 o'clock, so yeah. Whew. I think I made a lot of progress today. Got a lot of my stuff figured out that I need to get figured out, like how I was gonna do multiple take profits and adjust my stop loss and TP. So I'm happy about that. Really happy about that. But yeah, I think we're good now. Saving this, and I think we're good. But I will have my market recap out later today pretty soon, or at some point. I don't know when, but anyway, it is 11 Eastern, so I will see you guys in the next one.